Hey there, Sarah here. I'm a late diagnosed ADHD and autistic mom, and I make content geared mostly toward being a neurodivergent mom, helping your kids who are neurodivergent or just neurodivergent parenting in general, which I feel is really hard. And I just wanted to come on today, and I'm not even sure if I'll post this video, but just kind of talk about like some of the reality of my life and those around me and my family's lives, and just be really kind of frank and honest about it. I feel like a lot of my videos are giving advice and everything like that, but a lot of times it's still not like real life. It's not how the day-to-day life works. It's just here's some information, ideas. And I think there's so many layers to ourselves. And when you just find out that you're autistic or you're neurodivergent in general, because they kind of run along the same path of how your brain works, you have more of a monotropic brain. I feel like just kind of like treading through sludge, mostly from day to day. Like sometimes I can take my ADHD meds and I do great. And then the next day I'm completely exhausted because I did so much the day before. And it kind of just keeps running in this cycle. And I feel like a lot of times I let people down, whether it's my family or myself. And I just get like so tired. And a lot of it, I think, is just the constant interruptions, especially when I have a really foggy day. But the constant interruptions from my family, from my toddler who just constantly needs me. She definitely is autistic, and I know that people who are neurodivergent need more support. And so that support a lot of times falls on me. And my husband, of course, he's great when he gets home from work, but he's gone at work all day. And by the time he gets home, a lot of times I'm just completely done for, and he might not even really know what to do for me. And then I start feeling like a failure again. So as I've been kind of traversing this and trying to manage energy and failing a lot and trying not to beat myself up, I just loop through a lot of different things. So, obviously masking my entire life and like, why now? Why did I get burnout, a year ago when I was 36? Why not when I was like in my early 20s? I don't know, but I took that much of a burnout to kind of finally figure out something's wrong. I've been doing life wrong. And so most days, I would say at least 50% of the days, I feel like I'm just in a fog, and like every step and every decision I make is very difficult, and it requires so much focus and attention and just trying to keep moving forward that it just gets wearing after a while. I get really tired of it, but I want to keep doing things. I don't want to just stay home and not do anything, or I want to be able to have fun with our friends or do fun things with our family. And then as soon as we do one thing, I'm exhausted, or one of my kids are exhausted, or my teenager gets depressed a lot, or she stays in a room a lot. And I think everybody who's neurodivergent feels this way, but I know that my family can tell when people around us are having really heavy feelings, and it brings me down. It pulls those really heavy feelings into myself. And I know that the word porous is used a lot for people who are neurodivergent. You can feel the feelings of those around you, and they just kind of go into you. And especially when we're home a lot because we're so tired all the time, it's really hard to get out from under those. And so between my family, if they're not feeling well, or maybe my husband is having trouble at work or sorting through what he's thinking, and I can tell when he's feeling off. And then, of course, my toddler, who, for whatever reason, doesn't want to poop. And sometimes she holds it for a week, and that's exhausting because then she's miserable all the time. So it's just, I feel like this ongoing trudging through life when I feel like life should be more easy and more enjoyable. And there are a lot of parts of life that are enjoyable. And maybe I'm just, because I'm getting older, I'm naturally more tired. I don't have the capacity to do all the stuff that I did. But as somebody who always was, you know, I always had like a really good work ethic. I never really stopped or tried to like feel like I needed to stop and rest. I was like, no, if I just keep going, we'll get through it. It'll be fine. We'll get to the end and then that's it. And, there's no reason to be a big baby about it and be like, oh, I can't do this. So, that was always my mentality my whole life. Maybe that's why I feel so bad part of the time now, because I can't really live like that anymore. And part of it is just because we've been masking, my husband included. It's hard for us to even know who we really are. We kind of covered it up and met with the societal norms and everything that others around us that we love and that we love to hang out with, and maybe we didn't love, but just masking to meet the societal expectations. And that makes it really hard, when you're late 30s, early 40s, to be like, well, my whole life I wasn't really sure who I was, and now I'd like to find out. I'm excited to find out what I really enjoy doing. And it's like I almost like don't even have the energy to do that. And I want to help my kids and I want them to thrive and I want my husband to thrive and I want our family to thrive. But it's so much work and a lot of it is very invisible. A lot of it's on the inside, and the invisibleness of it is very difficult because you may be able to feel what somebody else in your family is feeling if you're neurodivergent, but you don't know exactly what it is that's bothering them or how you can help them. And so communication in that area, if somebody in your family, won't tell you why they feel bad, because it can be hard to say, oh, well, I'm really depressed today because of X, Y, Z. And I really don't know when I'm going to feel better because that's really what it is. Or I'm really anxious and, I have this chronic pain and work was terrible. And you don't really want to talk about the negative things because then you have to relive them a little bit. But it really makes it hard to help the people in your family if they are just trying to trudge through these things themselves. So even though sometimes I still don't even have the capacity to help, at least when I do, I could. So yeah, just struggling with feeling like being a failure a lot, feeling like maybe I'm pushing the people in my family too much, or I'm not pushing them enough. Like we were trying to plan some things to do in December and just try to take a month slow and easy and pressure free. And even just talking about planning that stuff, I feel like I met with a lot of resistance, and I can even feel resistance in myself. So yeah, I guess it's a tough day. It's been a really long week. We had the time change a few days ago, which I didn't even know was going to happen. And that always makes me super tired and makes everybody in our house tired and grumpy. I'm probably going to go, I should probably take a nap because my toddler's in for her nap. But then if I take a nap, then the only time I'm awake, my toddler's awake. And sometimes I just kind of wish I had like childcare for her for a couple days a week, but for like what? Like I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I don't really have a real reason. So instead of taking a nap, I'll probably just go up in the attic and get some Christmas lights down, because I wanted to put some Christmas lights in our living room. My husband was really sweet and he put in dimmable lights, because our lights that I put in are these daylight ones that are supposed to help you feel more awake in the morning. But then like at nighttime, we all kind of want to turn the lights down. No way to do that, but he's been setting it up so we can do that. But it's not quite the same. Like, so you can read and see everything, but like and you just kind of want to be in the living room or whatever. It's nice to have like these types of twinkle lights out. I've been trying to hang them up here and there. So I will go do that, probably edit my short video that I just made about planning December. And I don't know, man, sometimes if nobody in my family is trying to like do anything, I just want to throw everything in the garbage. Be like, fine, if you guys don't want to do anything, we just won't do anything. We'll just be swept away by December like we always are, and everybody will be miserable. And then I get mad and I have meltdowns and I kick things with my foot and I break my foot for like a month. So probably neither one is really that great. But I don't want to yell at my family and be like, why don't you guys want to figure this out? Because I don't know. They won't tell me. So what am I supposed to do? Yeah, so I guess that's about it. I'm hopefully not the only one struggling. It's only like November the whatever day it is, November the 3rd or 4th or something or other. So I'm hoping once we get past this time change, we all feel better. Or maybe we could all just have a heart-to-heart talk. That would be great. Anyway, if you have similar experiences, I'd love to hear about them. I can't really find any other creators that have kids that are late diagnosed ADHD. There's all these creators out there that like don't have kids and they're telling me how hard life is. And yeah, I know life is hard, but you throw in some freaking kids. Yeah, especially girls, teenage girls and toddler girls. It doesn't matter. It's insanity. My house is insanity. So if you can relate, or if you're a creator, or you know of some creators that have some more content out there that I could digest, I'd be very much appreciative of that because I can't afford therapy. So, all right, well, maybe I'll talk to you later. I will. I'll be back at some point.